So the world is what you make it. There are a lot of sayings out there in the world that the more aware you become, the more you realize the depth of that one sentence.
Yes.
You can be in a situation, right? And someone could do something and you perceive it as being like that person was being nice. And your friend could perceive it as, no, that person was like low-key dissing us. Right there, it's just about perception. It really, if you think about it, it does not matter what that person's intention was. What matters is how you perceive the situation. Another thing that situation goes to show is if you're seeing the positive in things, you're probably more likely to attract positive things to you. If you're a person, like your instant reaction was like to be suspicious of everything, you're gonna keep attracting more of that to you.
Yes, that's true. I have proof of that in my own reality, so I can attest to that. That's true. I see things in many layers. Many layers. Perception. I feel like for us to even start talking about perception or come to an understanding of what perception is, that word itself or that code, right? Because everything are triggers. Words are sigils, right? And everyone you might have one definition for one word, but from my perceptual thought or from my perception, I could have a personal definition to that word, and that was where like miscommunication or misperceptions of what reality is can come into. What you said about the intention on a physical level, that doesn't matter, but on an energetic level, the intention is what sets the energy. You know?
I was just gonna go over how I try to decode or understand words. I'll look at the different suffixes there. So like perception, and then I look at the word perception. Where do I see that word in other words to help me come to my own understanding of what that word means, like interception, conception, perception, and then knowing what like the prefix per means. And then after I have my own thoughts of what I feel that word might mean based on my experiences, I'll go to Google. What's the Google definition? What's the Latin like origin of those words?
See, and that's actually what builds our perception is these codes, these words, these letters and numbers. Those are the building block of what everything starts on and how we can even conceptualize a thought or perceive something. So that right there, I would start there. The word itself, perception, what vibration, frequency that word produces when you hear that, you know? Now, if you want to look at it from you got water.
You need water, huh?
Listen, that water right there you gonna drink right now gonna be so good. Watch. You think I'm joking?
Water is precious, life-making material that must always be appreciated.
We done set the frequency for that water. You want to drink that? You just drinking all our conversations. Go ahead.
And just the one sip felt like I was a desert man that found a cave of water.
But yeah. All right, so perception and timeline. I like how you got into that. What were the 3 subtopics you had?
Shadow work, because that was going into your perception tends to be based on the collection of events that have happened in your life. It's based on your memory and your imagination. Subject to change. Subject to reprogrammed.
Let's throw some facts in there with that. How your body saves your memory is whatever perceptual thought that you're in, because perceptual thought changes depending on what emotion you're in, right? Because your emotions can set the frequency for what thoughts you attract. So if you're in anger, right, you're going to attract angry thoughts. Makes sense, right? So you're tuning your radar with your emotions.
Hard to compass.
Right? Perfect example. Literally. So whatever your north is pointing, that's what you're going to try.
There are times when I'll try to talk to someone on the phone about some matrix breaking stuff, and the phone will cut out.
Yeah.
And when they come back, they're like, "Yo, I lost you. It sounded like a robot was talking to me. It sounded all like a muffled robot." That shit scares me. Oh my gosh, they don't want me talking about this stuff.
Hey man, listen. You know, I've had experience. I think I've had experiences like that also. We were in high school talking. That would happen. Like the phone would cut out, just hang up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, especially sometimes I'll realize, like, if you really tune into the energy, you'll realize, like, really tune into this world and become into the now fully 100%, you'll see how this matrix speaks to you and responds to your energy. And when I say you have to become faster than the speed of thought, that changes your perception, because much as I'm keeping tabs on my reality and also my thoughts. So I'm keeping tabs on so many things. Not everybody's mind can process all that all at once. And I'll realize when I say certain things to people, the reality itself responds. If I should proceed with the conversation or not. Now, if I'm really tapped in, if I'm trying to speak a conversation like this with you, especially with someone who's sleep fully, who's into the matrix plugged in, the matrix is going to respond with everything, try to break that connection.
Yeah.
You'll try to talk to someone, that truck flash by with a loud ass muffler or some shit, like a garbage truck, like one of them disgusting, loud, most annoyingest sound ever, trying to stop you from talking to somebody. Or automatically they get a phone call or something, or you get a phone call. Right? Crazy, man. Like, I started talking to this one person about some, like you said, matrix breaking stuff, and my phone rang. When I picked up the phone, nobody was on the phone. Nobody was just there. Like, why? Like, well, what are the odds? You know what I'm saying?
There are also times though where what I realized is as well, it's not always that the matrix is trying to prevent you from doing something. It could be that what you're saying right now is way above this person's head and it could shatter their reality, or it's information that they're not ready for. So it's like protecting that person as well, because there are times when I talk to people that are awake, but there's certain knowledge, knowledge is going to present itself to you when you're in a place that you can responsibly handle that power.
Oh yeah.
And I realize, for whatever reason, it's not even that something will happen. It'll just be that, like, within me, I'll stop and I'm like, no, don't say that. And then the conversation will continue and they'll say something and I'm like, oh, that's why I shouldn't have revealed this information yet, because it's power in their state of mind.
For me, it's just like that. But it's crazy how it works because I don't have these type of conversations with everybody. It's like more like you said, the heart is the guide. I'll get like this feeling in my heart, like, okay, this is somebody you can give. It's like I feel like a yearning for it, and I know I can portray that to them. Like one of my gifts that I realize that I have, right, is I can match someone's frequency. Very powerful. I can give you or present to you, but I can shine back at you. It's like I'm a mirror for you. So I can reflect whatever you have in you.
Yes.
When I was on the beach meditating, I shared this video on YouTube. Check me out on YouTube. But I realized that the person I was meditating with, I was shifting or sifting through her emotions. Like that's in her field. I was showing her anger. I felt her anger. I felt it. I showed her pain, love, right? And I realized that I could grab it, amplify it, or I could grab it, right, and transmute it, because they will start crying, like when I transmute it. It's
Okay.
crazy.
I really want to ask you about that because as of right now, I'm at a place where I don't know how to transmute that. So in my experiences, when I'm interacting with someone and I feel their energy, it's a lot of times someone else walks into the room or into our field and we feel their energy, right? And sometimes it could be that person is really positive, and I want to be able to be that for someone else. But I want to be able to, whatever it is that they might be going through, to be that positivity that stepped in and helped make them feel better. But in order to do that, it's important to feel what they're feeling and then learn how to, as you said, transmute and then give them.
I did this purely on discovery and how can I say it? Instinct, right? It was like a meant to be moment. It was like I let my guide speak. It's like, I don't know, it's crazy. Whenever I go into that meditative state, I can hear them clearly. And then if they're really into helping or, like really vocal, they'll come in and tell me what to do. Or my body just knows what to do. So in that moment, it's like, how I look at it, it's like I'm trying to maneuver too, because I'm trying to get that energy in me, like when you understand how energy works, right, you can grab it and manipulate it. Because what that dude on YouTube taught me was that my nervous system, not just my nervous system, the human's nervous system is like a holographic system. So that makes you can grab it, manipulate it, you can do whatever, because you're the consciousness, you're the observer controlling the reality. So whatever you put that belief into it, you can transmute it, but you have to match it. So you don't even have to do anything consciously, because if you're trying to do something unconsciously, that means you're not in that state. It's a subconscious thing where it just happens. You just go with the flow. Because when I walk up to you, this is already predestined, right? My subconscious and your subconscious already agreed to come together to create this experience for us, right? I'm trying to explain the best way I can.
I get it. but it is important for you to explain it for everyone else.
Yes. So it's already predestined. So when I walk up to you already, my subconscious and your subconscious and our energy field is already locked into each other. I just have to believe in the process and not let my not my conscious mind or my ego mind get in the way of blocking that energy healing that you're trying to do, or transmutation of what you're trying to do. So you just walk up to the person, you have full confidence because you are the controller. You're the person that's trying to transmute the energy. So you got to believe and have full confidence in yourself, because whatever energy you bring to the table, you can either fuck them up or you feel me? So it's really important for you to be balanced also. So once you go up to that person, I did it with my mom and she felt it. Because it's like, think about Avatar when they put their hair together or whatever, and then connection is made. Once you can, it's like a window. You know when it happens, and then you could just transmute it. And how you transmute it is just by you going to your 0 point. Bliss energy, you have to understand that. Whatever frequency, higher frequency you have that's above any lower frequency, it dominates that frequency and then override it. It's like vibration 101. You know what I'm saying? So I bring bliss energy, 0 point energy, where I just go into like a nothing state. I don't think about shit. I'm just being. I am, not I am doing. It's just I am. I exist. I'm just there. You can use love. Love is very powerful also, right? But I use bliss. Bliss is like enlightenment all the way up top. Right? I go into that state and I imagine it, because your imagination is very powerful. Because remember now, your intention is your direction, you're guiding the energy. So I imagine me gathering up the energy and I flow it like it's coming from my core and I expand it out. When I do that, it clears their frequency also.
Yeah.
Think of how it sounds. Or a lake, when you drop a stone in the lake and it just ripples out.
What I'm getting as
I know that was a long ass explanation.
But that was good because you explained the conceptual part of it. The tangible advice that I received there is to let go of the conscious mind trying to control something and to just be present in that I am state.
Yes.
And that is of all high, to be able to better work with energies.
Yes. That's perfect. Perfectly said. Most important thing though is whatever energy that you're bringing to the table.
Yes.
You can't try to have any intentions of how it's going to go. You can't do none of that. Be balanced within yourself and be confident that it's going to work and it is working. And that you're channeling whatever love, God energy that you believe in, that whatever drives that bliss feeling in you, just go to that place. Just let the conscious mind chill there. And just let the energy flow through you. When I did it with my mom, I did like this, positive and negative. So I have her palm in my hand, right? And my palm in one of her hands, up and down like this. And then I told her to close your eyes. Because I don't know if you know that if you have like 1,000 metronomes, right, in one place, and you have them randomly start at each other at any time, at some point in time, they're going to sync up.
Yes.
So everything seeks order in this universe here, right? So once I'm there and I was like this, I told her close her eyes. When she mirrors everything that I'm doing, I'm locking her nervous system into mine. So when her mirror neurons start to mirror mine, it's like my Bluetooth locked onto her Bluetooth if people who use technology. And then now we're in the same frequency. We're creating a space for ourselves. And takes a lot of mental work because your imagination got to be on point. You got to be able to imagine things. So what I did, I told her, imagine. Now you're becoming the creator of that mental realm because you're taking them into that realm. And you're there in sync with them. So you can control whatever happens there. Right? You have to know how to speak symbolism to produce. It's like you're cooking. You have to get certain ingredients to get a certain outcome. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get the sauce right. You gotta know what to say, when to say it. But it ain't nothing to be worried about because once you're in that state, it's like you're attracting that to you. It's like you're attracting that information. Just don't cut the flow with the ego mind. And I told her start breathing like long breaths. Because your air is your spirit for the body. You know? Make your breath match up, and then y'all in the same frequency. You locked in. You can help them transmute whatever in that point, in that state. They might feel like they might even start crying, like intense. Some of them might even stop and be like, "No, I can't do this right now." You're shocking their energetic system.
Yeah.
Like that shit. Anybody who want to get into stuff like that, I would say QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis. Very powerful stuff.
Some advice for anyone that is in a place of just balancing your energy. Sometimes if you're not in a place yet where you can just be in that state and be balanced, and you're around people that make you feel like it's bringing you down in whatever way, any negative, sad, anger, what have you, don't worry. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to be in a place where you can do stuff like transmute energy or like be that person's light for them, because you're still on a journey of trying to balance yourself, and you're not going to be able to help someone else up if you're not up yet yourself. So don't force yourself, don't pressure yourself. It's your journey. And you'll know when you get to that point where you feel balanced. Even if it's you spend a lot of time by yourself, once you get to that place, you can start being around other people and maintain that. You're ready.
Definitely. It's all about the state of mind. Once you get in control of your mind and let go of your thinking itself, and just let everything just be like flowing water. You start to enjoy life, man. I look at this like a movie, bro. Like for real. Yeah. Overthinking. Too much of nothing is good, too much of everything is not good. Can't do too much of you. You just gotta chill. Be in the center.
Yes.
A segment line with a dot in the middle. I picture that in my mind. That's like a cross to me to like Christian people, right? Because I always want to be that center dot. And if I keep that sigil in my mind, that will always keep me balanced. Center up. Every decision I make sure I try to feel it. Feel the center of everything. Make sure That's what I want, and it's balanced. It's not going to affect anybody else. It's not going to affect me. I'm straight. Don't make life complicated. And you got to look at the genre of your life and see what's playing now. Is it horror? You got to try to change that.
Is it drama?
Is it drama? It's a little bit of drama.
So that's again, your inner world is your outer world. The Matrix is going to keep feeding you what it is that you're attracting. If you love drama, guess what? You're going to watch drama on TV. You're going to see drama in your outside reality. You're going to have drama in your life. It's okay. It's okay. What you like is what you like. But if it comes to a point where you don't want that anymore, you have to evaluate, again, what it is you're allowing yourself to consume.
Mm-hmm. The whole point to this is like, your heart is your fucking compass. Your likes and your dislikes is what drive you. Stay away from what you dislike. If you don't, that's up to you if you want to go proceed that one, because then you're going to try to polarize to a negative polarity. But at the end of the day, it's just you have to become conscious and aware of your choices. At the end of the day, we all know karma is real. You know, if you want to repeat this, that's up to you. You make these decisions right now. Do you want to repeat your lives on here, or do you want to continue? I know the people who want to continue, or they know that they're continuing, and they are already preparing their next lives right now outside of this reality. And I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I'm not trying to come back here. I'm tired of here. I'm done with it. I've been coming here for the longest. I feel like I've been here for thousands of years. I'm done with it. It's now or never.
If we're talking about karma, it's important to also know that you have the choice to liberate yourself from karma. You have to let go and be able to forgive yourself, forgive others. Then you're not keeping yourself trapped in the cycle.
The cycle of repeating the same life over and over again, or the same circumstances with the same people over and over again. Not saying that you're going to even be conscious enough to even become aware that you're in a reality repeating the same shit over and over again. Sucks to be the people who do. It's a blessing and a curse, you know. But at the end of the day, we just need to fucking become aware and just transmute that shit. Let go. Don't have any attachment to shit, because that's gonna try to keep you here. You know what I'm saying? If you attach to something, just think of this energetically. There's a big ass ship anchor tied to you, and it's gonna keep you to this reality because you're heavy. Now you need to be in the dense world to live a dense life. So let it go. Cut the strings of everything that you're attached to and let your soul fly free.
It is truly a crazy experience.
Hear that? Yeah, exactly like I said. The loud ones too. Gotta be the loud ones. Always the loud ones.
How to free yourself
So shadow work. Yeah. Shadow work.
Shadow work.
Alright, so some people I feel like got shadow work twisted. And at the end of the day is whatever you attach, whatever definition you attach to the word. So what is shadow work? That's just a word somebody created. Shit, you don't gotta use the same word I use, but just to make sure that we're on the same page, is just whatever that's holding you back from becoming your best self. Let's say you were a 5-year-old Timmy. You know, Timmy went to elementary school Someone slapped him in the face for some reason for talking or saying a certain word. Now Timmy got that memory of someone slapping him in the face tied to an emotion that he had feeling at that moment right there. So now Timmy is 25 years old, 20 years later. Timmy is still afraid of saying that word or becoming his higher self or best self because that emotion or experience that he had tied to that emotion now has grown bigger and being pushed more in his forefront for him to deal with. So now that might manifest in ways of how, I don't know, having some type of anxiety, having some type of social anxiety. You know, you don't know shit. What that could build into stress. What could stress lead to, Mr. Timmy? Stress can cause so many illnesses in the human body. What can that manifest into? So what do you think that could manifest into? We're creating a world here for Mr. Timmy. What would you think that could manifest into?
That's stress.
Mm-hmm.
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure, definitely.
Hyper.
That's not something. Ooh.
Same
Now, Mr. Timmy is 25 and cannot have any kids.
Real quick.
You get the point, right? This is how energy works. It's a mind thing. It's like, it's go fucking manifest if it has to. If you don't deal with it, that's basically what that is. And most of these experiences that people attach to be negative experiences are experiences that our guides and higher selves have been trying to bring to our forefront for the longest, so we can work on it from where it started. But no, we want to be denial and fall asleep and not listen to them and think they're just, that's just other voices in my head. I have schizophrenia. That's just what that is, and ignore it. They're gonna go out of their way to make sure that you deal with that shit one way or another.
If something keeps, shadow work. If you are refusing to deal with something internally that keeps popping up, it's gonna come manifest in your external reality. You're going to keep realizing situations pop up that are repeating themselves, types of people that perhaps you keep attracting, types of situations that perhaps you keep attracting. That's forcing you to really think, introspect about why this is happening. And I don't want people to think that shadow work is just all, a lot of times we don't want to face those things, right? That's why we're avoiding it. That's why it's manifesting in our physical reality, because we're avoiding it. But once you face that shadow, the shadow is just a part of yourself that is hidden. It needs to come into the light, come into your awareness. So shadow is not necessarily bad or something negative. It can be. It can also be good. Same example of Timmy. Timmy could be 10 years old. Let's say 10-year-old Timmy really loves art. Parents want him to be a doctor. Only way he can be accepted in his family is to be a doctor. He forgets his passion for art in grade school. But he always loves drawing. Can't focus. He's in law school, in medical school, wherever. Always attracted to art. But there's a part of himself that is rejecting that because his parents didn't want him to do that. When he realizes that perhaps he keeps manifesting this attraction to other people that are good at art, maybe always finding things like, an art festival's in town, things like that he's attracted to, maybe there's a shadow back when he was 10 years old of this gift that he repressed because of his childhood. It's a good thing to come into the light.
And let's get into the perception of time, because doing shadow work, you're starting to realize that, maybe time travel is real. And in some ways it is. Because in your mind, that 6-year-old or 10-year-old Timmy is still there, living on, sucking on your energy to stay alive. And that memory there is still there. What you have to do, because keeping it away from you, right? Like not doing the shadow work or just having it being there as a negative memory or aspect of you, you could then tune in to that 10-year-old or 6-year-old Timmy and look at it from a better perspective, a more broader perspective, a more wiser perspective. Then now you could reprogram that memory with that thought and attach that program with that thought and reattach the new energy to it with the new emotions and make that a positive experience.
Yeah.
See, that's what truly shadow work is. It's just integrating what shadow aspects of you, because I'm also seeing this as your aura, because that part of your aura there is sucking on your energy. It's like it has a negative spiral. It's not a positive spiral there. There's like a hole or a gap there. You need to fill it up. You need to integrate that, clear it up, make yourself whole again. Because once that is pulling your energy, it's going to keep pulling it, and it's going to get bigger and bigger the more you try to push away from it. And then that could end up in some serious health issues. That's where I was going with Timmy. Like that's basically all these illnesses is what that is. Suppressed emotions and repressed shadow people that you have pushed away that you don't want to face.
Yes.
If you start to integrate that energy, let everything flow smoothly, your body will do the rest and heal you.
This has also been scientifically proven. Talk about neuroplasticity. Every time, from a scientific point of view, every time you bring a memory to the forefront of your brain, you alter that memory and you put it back. Every time you bring it forward, you may add a negative thought, you may add a positive thought. So, some tangible advice. You can, just as Alex mentioned, go back and reprogram how it is that you want to experience that situation. How do you do that? Talk to your younger self. That's what I do. I go back and I re-experience that through those eyes, and I also have the current version of me as like an angel over the younger version of myself, almost like a parental figure that's reassuring the child version of me. It's okay what you're feeling right now. It's okay what you're thinking right now, or don't worry about that situation that happened, and reprogram that whole situation that happened and let that memory go back into the recesses of my mind.
I will change the whole biochemistry. But you see, I want you, like, while this conversation keeps going, the one thing I want you to have in the back of your mind is that energy turns into matter. It's not the other way around. Energy becomes matter. The spiritual realm created the physical realm. I don't care whatever story you want to put behind it to believe it, that's how it is. Once you have that principle in your mind, you can start to build on that principle. It's a very, very important one, at least to me. And as started to see that my mind was actually, or not my mind, but my consciousness, how I perceived it, my awareness and my belief, really affected the world around me. But it actually changed my whole system. Actually, like I can feel my neural pathways changing with that. It's like my whole perception and thought changes with it. It's crazy.
Yeah. You'll notice going through this process, again, a feeling of liberation. You'll start to come into more of a feeling of bliss, a feeling of wholeness. That's very good.
And you don't even have to worry about like, oh, I'm gonna run out of time, or I gotta do all this shit right away, or you don't even really gotta, like, people who meditate, go do you. Everything serves. There's a time and place for everything, but you don't have to sit in a lotus position to meditate. I'm in a meditative state all day. For real. It's just whatever works.
Yeah.
The whole point is just to find your zen.
Alright, so you brought up two things. One, any book, any teacher, right? Whether it be a YouTube channel that you're watching, or it be like studying Buddhism, that is not necessarily saying whatever it is that you're reading, trying to go along your path, whatever it is that you're watching, trying to go along your path, that's not saying you have to do it this way. You may have your own way, and you'll know what feels right for you. It may not be that anyone else has that method. It may not be that you know of anyone else that has that method. But do what you feel called to do. It's not a by the book thing. Your experience, your journey is not by the book, like sitting the lotus for 4 hours. I've done it, but not for the purpose of like, okay, I'm going to sit here and meditate.
Wait, you said meditate for 4 hours? You have
the lotus
meditated for 4
position.
hours. I have never done that before. I've done, I think, an hour, but never 4 hours, unless I'm sleeping. And I don't get that much sleep, and I'm sleeping anyways.
I can't, oh my gosh, I forgot what the second thing was that I was going to point out, but as you said, that you don't get, you don't sleep for 4 hours. Another thing, people always look for a prescription for things. People always look for a guide for things. Like, all right, if I do X, Y, Z in this exact way, in this exact order, I'm going to reach this result. It's not necessarily the case. For example, the suggestion that the average person needs to sleep 8 hours a day. It's not true. Well, maybe for the average person is usually caught up in the matrix.
No, yeah, man.
You're attracted to this information. You're not the average person.
Definitely not the average. You're like top 10%. Top 10%. If you're watching this video right now, shout out to you. Or listening to this podcast, shout out to you, because you are definitely doing a great job in life, But we hit a lot of topics, and it just flowed right into each other. I like that.
One thing, all right, so I had the Zoom link to end at 11:30. And one thing I noticed with this is, it's so hard. Like, if we have a podcast or a video, right? We're going to title that podcast or that video. And we tend to, everything flows, but it also tangents from what that title is. And so I think I'm putting myself.
We can cut it up.
Yeah. So, there are times
cut it up. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different topics. And we can save ourselves so much time.
Oh my gosh. And that's why I try to make it organized, because I think of it from the viewer's perspective. Like, for example, there's this lady I watch. Her videos will be 4 hours. She'll do a live for 4 hours. And she'll like go and she'll talk about some deep stuff. And the purpose of the live is that people can ask her questions in the chat and so on. But it's also a little bit annoying when I watch the topic for the video and I'm like, all right, I want to get information about this, and she's talking about this, that, and the third. And then 2 hours in, she'll loop back around to the thing that I was trying to get out of it.
Hey man, listen, my guys, they be crazy with it, you know. And they don't even shut up too, because you know when they're adamant about something, they're adamant, you know. So I'll be driving, look this up, some scientific shit like physics shit, some random word just pop up in my mind. You should look that up. Yeah, I'll look it up. Never get to it. Next day, click it back in my head again. I'll look it up. Just give me some time. Next week, pop in my head again. You know what? Fine. I'll go look at it. And then when I type it in, they'll show me. Like, I'll scroll that video. I'll click on it. Could be an hour long. Could be 30 minutes long. And sometimes it's just one sentence in that whole 30-minute goddamn video that I need. Just one sentence.
Bro, YouTube needs to start making the videos be able to go on 4 times the speed. 2 times the speed is not enough. My brain can properly process 2 times the speed.
Definitely. Right. It's crazy. You know, one thing I want to do, like this whole thing. What's the point? You know, what's the point of creating a podcast? What's the point of making videos? What's the point of talking about this? What is the point, right? To me, I think the point is that once everybody knows, right, that your mind is more powerful than you think it is, and that you are the God that you're looking for, right? That entity, that being, that powerful thing is actually within you. And you have to water that seed of God that's within you. You have to water it. Many of us came before and laid the path for where we are right now. We're very fortunate where we have this and that at our fingertips. Our ancestors made sure of it. The point is, once you come to that realization, then we can get together on the same page and build a better fucking world for everybody to live, survive, and coexist. It's that goddamn simple, man. It's that simple. Y'all stuck on racism and which police kill which person and who doing what on Facebook and what type of music video dropped last week and what the fuck? Sorry for my fucking language. But, like, come on, man. Like, the fuck? These people are trying to teach kids that they can be transgender in elementary school. These people are trying to teach kids that they can do whatever the fuck they want at fucking 6, 7 years old. Like, what the hell is going on? When has that become, like, the norm? You have to become aware, face the reality that you're in, face the truth. Do not be denial. You're creating a shadow. That's not reality. That's not truth. You have to integrate it, understand it, overstand it, understand it that they're fucking with your kids' mind. Not just their mind, to our mind. Because this whole fucking year has been fucking prophesied by many of us many fucking times. And here we are, many of you facing the reality that conspiracies aren't conspiracies, they're prophecies. Because we can do the work, we can see outside of this reality and foresee what's to come. You can do it too. It's very easy. Well, not really, but yeah.
Ascension.
The whole point.
Yes. If we, I want to, this is actually a good place to end. But what you said there was very to the point. The point. The truth is, if people really wanted peace, we would have it by now. But people aren't putting their energy into manifesting peace. They're putting their energy into manifesting this sports car or this job that they want or this person that they like or this purse that they want to buy. And all those are okay. I'm not saying don't manifest things that are going to benefit your life. But also remember, if people really wanted peace, we would have peace by now. People would be putting their attention, their energy into making the world a more peaceful place.
Definitely. There's this thing. It's called the 100 monkey effect. And right now, I'm not even going to mask my accent. I'm going to blend it in because that's who I really am. I'm a mixture of both, But the 100 monkey effect. I told my brother this one time. I say, yo, we're all connected. He's like, what? What do you mean? I say, yo, we're all connected. Subconsciously, we're all connected. So you're telling me, say, somebody in Africa, me or my ass connected, and I'm like, yeah, bro, we all connected subconsciously. He was like, no, man, I'm gonna believe that. But at the end of the day, it's true. Tell me this. They did an experiment. On one island, there's one species of monkey, and then on a different island, they did the same species of monkey on that island right there, separate islands. And they were dropping some fruits on one of the islands to cut to the end of to the topic. One of the monkeys realized that they could wash the sand off the fruit when they were eating it and not eating the sand. Shit, that would be my first thought, but monkeys, okay. So he showed it to his mom, right? Or the parent monkey. And the mom monkey said, oh shit, you're right, it do taste better. Let's go teach it to the other monkeys, right? So they went and they taught it to the other monkeys. And, within a certain amount of time, all the monkeys on the island started to wash their fruit from the sand in the beach. Over a period of time, the monkeys on the other island started to doing the same thing. They started to wash the fruit. No one showed them how to do it. They just started to do it. Same species, different island. Enough of them got the information so goddamn much, they was like, okay, it's going to be programmed in our DNA now, so we're going to lock it in. You know what I'm saying? Boo-hoo. I don't know the logistics of it, of how it actually works, but yeah. Connected, boom. People felt 9/11 before it actually happened. Like, you had kids around the world drawing 9/11, like buildings, planes crashing into buildings. Yeah, detectives who actually went out and studied these kids, thinking they were a part of it or some shit like kids. They're kids. But yeah, We're all connected. And if enough of us get on this trend, like, yo, I'm the new God, I'm the creator of my reality. Well, not God, like, oh, I'm the creator of all things, but in the sense of I control myself. I'm in control of myself, right? You are in control of yourself. Let's come together on a level plane where we can both agree on certain things. We're going to try to make everybody's life better. Is that so hard? But no, you want power. You want this. You want to dominate.
Even to that part, because again, within ourselves, there's a positive and a negative. So when we talk about how the elites have power, they have knowledge, and they want to keep that away from the masses. You come to understand that everyone is you, and really you're just keeping that from yourself. It goes both ways. For one, that other person is you. And then for two, the universe is ascending on more than just where you are, where the Earth is, where Mars is. Like, the quadrant is ascending. So, in order for you, even if it comes from a place of selfishness, that's completely okay. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. It can be selfish if you want to do something nice for somebody because it makes you feel good. It's okay. Even if it comes from a place there, to acknowledge that part of your ascension is going to be helping the people around you ascend, because you're all in a collective, and keeping them down is, regardless of, even if you're here and they're here, you're not going to get to here because they're still down here. They're going to have to go back and help them come up too.
You can go so high, you know, but if the collective is not with you, you can go so far.
That's why people are still trapped here. And as much money or power or whatever it is they have, that's why they're still trapped.
I'm attached to every goddamn thing. Oh, let's relive this life because some entity told me to go back and I have to go do this. Free your mind from all fucking, just forget every goddamn thing from this goddamn reality. Just forget it. Just forget it, man.
Label the podcast the intro.
Because I'm not trying to be attached to nothing. When my soul leaves this body here, it ain't coming back. It ain't coming back. God trust me, it ain't coming back. I'm done with it. I said this before and I'm saying it again. It ain't coming back.
Yo, on a side note, I mean, regardless of whether this goes in the video or not, on a side note,
this is a deja vu like a motherfucker. I'm so sorry. That's another thing, deja vu. What's your side note?
What I start to wonder sometimes is, let's say, I don't want to say you or me. Let's say Timmy has gotten to the point where he's so alone in shadows and he has offended. Now, he has gotten to the point where he's like, I'm not going to reincarnate here, I'm going to leave. And there are still other people on Earth that they're not there yet. So I kind of start to think about, you know what? If all the people that realize, that learn how to get out, leave, there's still going to be people here that don't know how to, but they're going to get there. They're going to get there eventually. They're going to figure out how to leave as well. But why does the population keep increasing? I feel like the people on the Earth should be decreasing. But then I'm also like, you know what? Maybe it's because a lot of the people, the billions of people, because again, if I haven't seen it, it's not in my reality. I don't know if that's facts. Are they just Matrix people? Are they?
You know,
When I say Matrix people, I don't mean
you want
plugged
to
into the
get.
Matrix. I mean
I know,
like,
I know. You wanna get into backdrop people.
yes, the NPCs.
The backdrop people. Hey man, that be bugging me sometimes, because like I be in a car, and then this thought would hit me, yo. In every one of these motherfucking cars, there's somebody in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like where they at?
No,
Where they get like all these people from and shit. But then again, really want to, because like, yo, if you want to get really like into physics, or let's go at it. Let's attack it from that aspect right there. All right. So
13 minutes. Speaking of 13 minutes.
Matter. What is matter? Matter is shit. If you look at it scientifically, they're proving that matter is just space. It's just more space, bro. So what is matter? You know what I'm saying? So what if, right? Like a TV channel. You know what I'm saying? When you put your attention awareness onto something like a projector, your eyes act like a projector. You project your reality. So just like how we go to sleep and we dream, we project our reality and shit. I feel like Rick and Morty when they were in that simulation, right, on the ship. It's like a what that thing you run on, a treadmill. Like the more you walk, it just travels with you, and you create your reality where you look at. If you're not next to me, do you really exist?
No, not in your current reality. If it's not in your current reality, it doesn't exist. It only exists when you bring it into your current reality.
And this thing right here is some portal that's bringing me and you into some reality together. Right?
Yeah.
So let's say that now, this time is our now, but the people watching this or listening to this, right? That's their now. But I can talk to someone in the crowd. Let's see. I'm going to try to tune into somebody who's watching this right now and see what happens. Comment below if you think I was talking about you. You had a rough day today. I know that's a broad way to start it, but okay. You're thinking if you're good enough. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I can't. I mean, I could if I want to, but I'm not in my state.
Not in a state of mind. I feel like you have to really take 5 minutes to get in. At least me. I don't know how long it takes for you. I have to take 2 minutes of closing my mind and my eyes and get into that state.
Okay. Log on to me. Let's think of something that activates that thought with that emotion right there. Now that you can feel it, remember one time that you were in that state. Do you remember it? And we can feel it.
Do you feel it?
You can go into that state at any time you want. Anytime. All you have to do is just remember it. Once you remember it, grab the memory and put yourself in it and become it. And you go into that state instantly next time you want to.
Brings tears to my eyes every time.
I know. It just melts any anxiety, anything, like any negative emotions, it just melts it away. And just remember to breathe, people. Your body needs the spirit of air, the spirit of God. When you realize that you could do that, like you could grab anybody and just grab them, throw them in a perfect state, like just out of their fucking consciousness, just like that, without even trying. It's like I don't do this often. It's like this one experience I had on the internet, it just made me rethink everything, you know? But I don't do it as much as I should. I know I have the ability to. I just work in my general vicinity, you know, my family. That's all that matters to me right now. And myself. I gotta get myself just higher than I am now. I can't stay stagnant. Grab the memory, you know, your system is a hologram around you. Don't even think. Your subconscious mind, just let your subconscious mind know that I am ready for you to guide me. Whatever thoughts, the first thought or instinct comes to you, that's your subconscious mind communicating with you. So if I say, okay, 6-year-old me, where are you? Where in my biofield do I have this program for my 6-year-old self? Oh, my higher self is telling me it's up here. Okay, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna put it in front of me, I'm gonna stretch it out. I'm gonna zoom it back out, close it, I'm gonna throw it behind me. I just closed that program right there. It's very interesting. Play with it, because your system. No, you have the keys to your own system. Just work it. You know, like just listen to your subconscious mind. Your body is telling you, it's talking to you. Okay. This pain, where do I feel in the pain in my body? Okay. I'm gonna visualize it. What color is it? You're bringing awareness. You're bringing your intention, awareness to that part of your body. You're seeing what type of energy is there. You're asking, what energy is there? What color is it? The color is green. Okay. Grab it. Pull it out. Pull it all out. You gotta get all of it. Hold it in your hands. Look at it. Is it spiraling one way or another? Whichever way it's spiraling, grab it and spin it the opposite way of whichever way it was going. When you intensify it, spin it faster and faster, put more motion into it, your body will start believing it. You grab it and you slam it back in wherever it was. You let it dissipate and take effect. You're reprogramming your nervous system and your cells. Like you can play with your energy like that. You can play with your system like that. So the more you bring your body into it, you start to believe it. The more you believe it, you start to manifest it. To let it flow. people who's going to be listening and interested in this stuff, recommendations I would give to people who's on this journey. They're starting their journey. I would say conspiracy theories are just mental realms that you can explore that would feed or help to feed your intellectual mind to grow, to learn about what's around you. But what I would say that is most necessary for this journey, anyone on this journey, is to learn about yourself and your body. Because there's this concept that I believe in. I call it the universal concept. Meaning, if I find this concept in nature, I could use this concept somewhere else in my life or somewhere else that it might fit in because it's universal. If nature solved this problem one way, I could probably take that concept and use it to solve another problem that I'm having in my experience. Because guess what? I'm part of nature too. Learn about your body. And so learn about your body, everything else unlocks. But don't go in no books and no shit. You're in your body, my nigga. Just learn about your body. Ain't no book can tell you about your body. If you want to know, if the inner workings, you might know a cell and you have heart and a brain and this shit, but take a step back from the movie. What the movie is telling you is, and just look at it from your over or higher self and try to use your instinct to tell you what that may be. But look at your heart. You just said the heart is a compass. For someone who don't understand what I'm saying, they don't know what the hell we're talking about. This speaks in symbolism. You have to learn how to speak in symbolism, decode symbolism. That would be helpful to anybody on this journey.